UJAM just released their brand new Beatmaker 3 plugin. It's a drum-based instrument plugin that has different sounds and patterns for trap, lo-fi, EDM, pop, reggaeton, and a bunch of other genres. I even saw a K-pop kit in there. So we're gonna check it out. We're gonna put Beatmaker to the test on a couple different genres to see how it performs. So shout out UJAM for sending me the plugin for free and for sponsoring the video. Let's get to it. All right, let's start off with putting a little melody together and then throwing Beatmaker on it. Alright, let's go straight into Beatmaker. Alright, so here we are on Beatmaker 3. First things first, let's load up a kit that matches our track. So I'm going to go here. So you can see a bunch of different kits and then see the sound they are catered towards. Now, when you buy Beatmaker, you can get the full version that includes all of them, or you can buy each one individually. And as you can see, there's a bunch of them. They got dubstep, hyperpop, analog drum kits, lo-fi, EDM, pop, reggaeton, synth wave, drum and bass, and a bunch of other ones too. So let's go into this Glory, because this is definitely more of a trap style beat. Now here we are in the main section. Now each different Beatmaker kit has a bunch of different presets. You can go here. You can go through the presets. You can hear previews of the presets. So you can get an idea of what sounds and what rhythms are in it. Let's go back to the main page. Each of these keys on your keyboard is a different sound. But of course, you can customize it as well if you go into it. Now you can see all the snares that are in this Glory Beatmaker instrument, and you can change them around. So if you want, say you want this dirty, then that one, you change to that. But I think the best part about the Beatmaker series are what the black notes do. So these are essentially built-in patterns. Right? And then there's different ones. So you got the verse pattern, you have a little fill, you got chorus patterns, and there's a bunch of different patterns too, so you can change them. Right here, and if you want different sounds, you can change the kit right here. But each preset is a different combination of a kit, a style, and the different effects. But of course, you can create your own, change the kit around, change the style around, all that type of stuff. And another cool thing is that you can tune your bass. So our current track is an E, so I'm gonna move this to E. Now I know some of you guys are probably thinking, yo, everyone's gonna have the same drum patterns. Even though there are a good amount of different patterns, if everyone uses this, they're gonna have all the same patterns, right? I actually had that same thought, but what's cool is, say you like this pattern, you can actually drag the MIDI into your DAW, and now you can change it yourself, add stuff to it, so you have everything here. So you don't have to follow that exact pattern, you can make it your own. So if you hear a pattern that you like, but you want to add some sounds to it, you can. Let's go back into Beatmaker. Let's go through some presets and see how they sound. Real quick, I do wish there's a way to lock the bass so that when I'm flipping through presets, the bass doesn't change. Because obviously I want that bass note to hit on the bass note of my track. I want it to be in key. So UJAM, please add that feature. Also, let me bring this down real quick. If you hear one that you like, but you're like, I kind of want this to be faster, you can. You go ×2. Like, there you go. So if you're in a lower BPM, sometimes that times 2 will make a big difference. And obviously if you're in a faster BPM, that half speed will make a difference too. What does it sound like half speed? That's not bad, honestly. Alright, let's go back to normal and let's flip through some more. That one's kind of tough. So those are some of the presets. I really like this trap house preset. Let's make sure it's tuned to E. Yo. So now if you want to customize these sounds, you can go here. So pretty much right here, you got your own mixing console for all the drum sounds. But me personally, the way I would use it, of course, you can just hold one of these notes and get the pattern, right? But I think I prefer it with the MIDI. That way I can customize it myself. So what I would do is, I would listen to some of these. That's just the bass. So I would go through all these, listen to them, and be like, all right, you know what? I like that one. I'm going to drag this one in. Right? I would customize to my liking. That way when I make an arrangement, you know, I can take some of the drums out in some areas. And maybe for the outro, I'll be like, all right, maybe I'll throw in this ending one. I'll pull that one in as well. That way you can create full arrangements and be able to tweak it to exactly how you like it. And a little outro section. Have the track end. But like I said, Beatmaker is meant for multiple genres, so let's pull up another track that's a different genre and see how it sounds. So now we got this track here. It's a sample flip of a sample that I made. The melody was giving me like a reggaeton bounce, so I ended up throwing some reggaeton drums on it. But let's see how this would sound with Beatmaker. Go to Beatmaker, and then we go to Rico, which is the reggaeton version. Let's play the track and see how Beatmaker sounds. Let's go through some presets. Alright, so those are some of the presets. I feel like it got the vibe and the bounce pretty well. And I think that's the main draw to this plugin. So say you want to make some reggaeton stuff, but you're not really familiar with how to put those tracks together, and you don't really know how to get that exact drum bounce. Well, this allows you to get that exact drum bounce without knowing. But not just that, you can actually teach you how to do it. So for example, I want to get this verse, right? I'm going to bring the verse MIDI in, and I can kind of see and learn, you know, you can see what each sound is what. And it gives you a tool how to study and learn how to create those drum bounces. So if you want to leave the Beatmaker plugin and create your drums somewhere else, you now have that foundational knowledge to create those drum patterns. So it's a great way to learn, great way to spark some creativity. Before we go, let's try out one more genre. All right, now let's try on some lo-fi. So we got this melody right here. Now we're in Cozy, which is their lo-fi beat maker. Go through some presets. And also notice that the beat makers have some different parameters. Like for example, with a trap one, they had the bass tune. This one has this nostalgia. Essentially like a lo-fi button, you know? Give it that filtered sound. So you can mess with that. That's nice. Well, I like this one too. So those are some of the instruments within Beatmaker 3. We've only legit did 3 out of 15 instruments. But I think that's where the main draw comes with this plugin. The versatility and the tools to create a bunch of different genres. So if you want to create something that you haven't really created before, it already gives you a great foundation to create said genres without having to watch a bunch of tutorials on how to get the drums right. It already lays it out for you, and it's customizable enough to make it your own. And the fact that you can pull out full patterns to see how they're built makes it a great learning tool as well. So if you're interested in Beatmaker 3, link in description.